Presented to you by MX3 and China Airlines.
Marvelous mountains, beautiful bays and beaches, and grand green grasslands. It is no wonder why this place has been called God's very own country. It's just beautiful here.
Peter Jackson sent off a few location scouts to find the perfect place. Yeah, so that's what we have here today.
Let us continue discovering this stunning and diverse beauty called New Zealand.
So Māori Court is where most of the taonga Māori or Māori treasures are in the Auckland Museum.
I'm Kelly Misa Fernandez, and you're watching Trending with Kelly in Auckland. We've flown with the birds of Auckland and saw its grace from above. Indulged our eyes with its beauty from the ground. Filled our bellies with blessings from home. Voyaged in its waters with pirates. As we come close to the end of our 3-part Auckland adventure, we surely won't bid farewell without knowing its history and sharing its culture. Hello, Bethany, and thank you so much for meeting me today and helping me learn more about the Maori culture. I've been in New Zealand for a couple of days now, and I'm very eager to know more about New Zealand's history.
Tēnā koe, Kelly.
So, can we talk a little bit about Hongi, the breath of life? This is a traditional greeting of the Maori culture, and this is how they welcome everyone, right?
When we meet special guests, we will often start with a hongi, which is exchanging the breath of life. Making your intentions known, knowing that you come in peace.
It seems very intimate. Does that describe the Maori tribe, like how they are as a people?
Yes.
Very open. and
very open and think deeply about things.
I love that. And were they the first inhabitants of New Zealand? There are many theories, like I've been kind of reading up about it.
There are many theories, but all Māori know that we descend from Ranginui and Papatuanuku. So Ranginui is our sky father and Papatuanuku is the earth mother. We have a whole pantheon of deities and gods that are related to all the different environmental elements out there. When you go right back, that's where our origins come from. So there's lots of different variations of stories of how we came to be here, and there's archaeological evidence that traces us back through the Pacific and back into Asia as well. And we call New Zealand Aotearoa.
Aotearoa.
Which is the land of the long white cloud. So another one of our great navigators, Kupe, when he came on his canoe, he saw the land and it was covered by a long white cloud. Gave it the name Aotearoa.
But the Maori tribe as a whole, they're very peaceful people. Like, did the tribes kind of have disputes with other tribes?
Absolutely. There's a lot of wars that happen between Māori people, usually over land in the early to late 1800s. So we are very peaceful on one hand and very skilled martial artists on other hands, and warfaring people. We have a lot of strong tradition of weaponry in our culture as well. So the poi is now used as a dance form, but traditionally was part of training warriors' agility and flexibility. So making sure we have a lot of handheld weapons, so their wrists need to be very strong and supple and coordinated. So the poi is part of that. And the haka again derives from our warrior sensibility. So it often is very challenging. Traditionally they would be challenging their enemies. Often now when new haka are written, they are challenging political situations that are not beneficial to Māori. So haka can be used as a physical form of opposition and or protest.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So there's a lot of gesticulation and tongues pukana, so grimaces with your face, and hand actions that will depict the stories that are being spoken about in those haka.
So, Bethany, we are now here at Māori Court, am I right? And what sort of things can you see here?
Yeah, so Māori Court is where most of the taonga Māori or Māori treasures are in the Auckland Museum. So we have representations of different parts of our culture and our material culture, the very ornate and artistic cultural traditions of Māori.
Can you guide me through them?
Yes.
So right beside us is a traditional Māori storehouse.
We call it a pātaka. Traditionally, every village will have a meeting house and a storehouse.
Okay.
And it's to store your food and your valuable items. Often they're not as large as this. This is a very large, fine example.
Very ornate.
Yes, very ornate.
Beautiful.
It comes from the tribe of Te Arawa, which is down in the Rotorua region. It's to protect the valuable objects, and of course food, kai, is very valuable.
And I noticed this has a very tiny door.
Yes.
Can anyone actually fit in there?
Because it stores valuable objects, they are tapu or sacred. It's not accessible by every person, so there would be a special child or delegated to go in and enter and retrieve things from inside there.
As you said, not all houses are this ornate or this engraved or embellished, but what do these mean?
The man and woman embraced on the side, we talk about that being Ranginui and Papa Tuanuku, who I mentioned earlier, the Sky Father and the Earth Mother, in acknowledgement of our original forefathers, mothers. But each tribe has specific stories of their ancestors. This one is from Te Arawa. The carving style is very distinctive to that iwi, and it will talk about important ancestors to them from their particular tribe.
And I'm sure the entire tribe, they're proud of it.
Definitely everyone's proud of them.
Okay, so to my right is a very, very large waka or canoe. Am I correct?
Yes. So this particular waka is a waka taua, which is a war canoe.
And most Maori tribes would have this.
This is again a very superb example and a large example and very ornate. And we have historical records of this being passed between at least 5 different tribes. It was exchanged as a sign of mana or esteem to a fellow iwi. Each of the carvings on the waka depict different atua, which is Tangaroa, the god of the ocean. Tūmatauenga is the god of man and warfare, so he's depicted
for protection.
in there. For protection, yes, and the different patterns that reflect different parts of the environment that will protect the warriors in their endeavours, yes.
Thank you so much for giving your expertise,
You're welcome.
Bethany. It's invaluable. Like now, I'm seeing everything with a new set of eyes
Yes.
and appreciation. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Ngā mihi nui.
Learning about New Zealand's powerful culture opened up a whole new experience. One that will make you appreciate not only its beautiful horizons, but also its genuine people. As we move on, we learn about New Zealand's history and explore Auckland's War Memorial Museum. That is trending next.